Welcome back. This is Dave Crawford again, and I'm going to talk about House Bill 628 now. Originally, this bill was entitled, A Bill to Protect and Promote North Carolina Lumber. What this bill turned out to be is actually an attack on USGBC's LEED green building rating system. Unfortunately, here in North Carolina, the timber industry here has felt as though the LEED rating system has discriminated against North Carolina wood. Apparently, this whole debate centers around the wood certification issue that USGBC favors, which is FSC certified lumber. Here in North Carolina, the North Carolina Forestry Association favors what's called an FSI certification. And so they have felt for a number of years that somehow the lumber here in North Carolina is disadvantaged in the LEED process. So what they've done is introduced House Bill 628 to what they say is try to level the playing field. Unfortunately, the first version of the bill that was introduced basically said that if you were using any sort of wood certification in your LEED project that is a state project, this is only for state-funded projects, then the rating system under which you're using that wood certification would be disallowed. Of course, we all know that that's LEED. So in effect, HB 628 became the anti-LEED bill in North Carolina. Over the last few weeks, there's been a number of folks put together in a coalition to try to change the language of that bill. Happy to report that this week there was an agreement to amend the bill, and it looks as though right now that it will not do away with the state's ability to do LEED for their state projects. What it does do is it puts into place some language that's a little bit unclear because it's going to affect those of you that actually specify products for your projects. And so everything in the new language that revolves around locally sourced materials seems to be okay, and there are 4 different items within this new language that, well, let me read it to you. It says, to achieve sustainable building standards as required by this section, a major facility construction or renovation project may utilize a building rating system so long as the rating system, 1, provides certification credits for, 2, provides a preference to be given to, 3, does not disadvantage, and 4, promotes building materials or furnishings, including masonry, concrete, steel, textiles, or wood, that are manufactured or produced within this state. So, item 1 provides certification credits. Yes, that we know we can do. Number 2 provides a preference to be given to local materials. Yes, we know we can do that. And number 4 promotes building materials or furnishings that are manufactured or produced in the state. Yes, we know that. It's really the third one that says does not disadvantage. And there's no definition in the bill on what that means. And I know those of you who are working on projects in your office and you're trying to write a spec and you need to figure out what does not disadvantage means. We wish we could help you, but the legislature is not inclined to actually define what that means. So we're going to be left to our own devices right now. We're still trying to work with the legislature on defining that. Not sure we're going to be able to do it. Second item that was included in the bill this week, which hadn't been there before, has to do with the Senate Bill 668 requirements from 2006 for energy efficiency. There appears to be somewhat of a rollback of the 668 requirements here, which at that time, some of you will remember, was a 30% energy savings and a 20% water savings as well for state buildings. As the years have progressed, and we have a new energy code, 2012 energy code, many of the provisions of 668 have become moot because, in fact, current energy code under the building code is actually just as stringent, if not more stringent, than the requirements under Senate Bill 668. So we're not really sure what the effect of this new amendment is in this bill, but it does require a 10-year payback period for doing any of these energy efficient upgrades to state buildings under Senate Bill 668 and proving that there's a 10-year payback for all these energy efficient items. Again, if the energy code stays in place, this area of the statute is probably going to be moot. Again, we don't know, and it is there is an issue here in that House Bill 201, which I'm going to address in the next video segment, talks about rolling back the energy code. So if that bill is successful in passing, this might have a bearing on House Bill 628. Again, not sure at this point in time. So stay tuned. Go ahead and click on the link to the legislation to take a look at where it stands. And in another couple weeks, when the legislature actually closes down, we'll know a little bit more about where this bill is heading. So thanks very much.